Reddit reacts to A Quiet Place 2 trailer. Quiet Place 2. A little bit louder now. A Quiet Place could have been called extremely loud and incredibly close. Extremely loud, then incredibly close. And back to good old humans are the real monsters shtick. Well, I guess you can't be original twice in a row. But what if we're the real monsters? Yeah, what if we're the real monsters, not the aliens that go around slaughtering everyone and everything indiscriminately? You can't. I saw them kill a kid right in front of my eyes because he farted too loud, but no. The scared, desperate people who are just looking to survive in a world without hope and wouldn't have hurt a fly if civilization was still running are the real monsters. Good fucking thinking. Aristotle, just once I'd like to see dialogue like that in one of these movies. This looks like it has a bigger budget than I expected. Agreed. The last one didn't look like it needed much of a budget other than the CGI, so they probably made a pretty good profit off of it. A few $100 million off of 17. And that's how you get permission to direct whatever the fuck you want next. I'm already signed on for the third installment. AQP3. 3v3NT3T3R. I'm even more excited for 4 Quiet PL4 AQP5. 5 Islands. For the 6th one they do a soft reboot and just go back to calling it A Quiet Place. But in a different font. Not called A Quieter Place, so I'm not fucking seeing it. From the trailer it seems like it's going to be a noisier place. A quietant place. A quiet place. Not a quiet place. A noisy place. A place with a medium volume hum. Which seems weird. You have a successful, unique move based on the premise of almost no noise, which is pretty unheard of since the early days of movies. Then you make a sequel and it has lots of noise? Yes please. Love the day one footage. That bus part was fucking wild. The arm slowly crawling out was so creepy. It's driving the bus Ace Ventura style. So in addition to the opening sequence, which, by the way, that's how you start a fucking trailer, there's another scene of what looks like Cillian Murphy's character running through a crowded field while random people are getting attacked. I'm hoping the first few days of the invasion is actually a big part of the story. The creatures are unique enough that the collapse of civilization would look very different to a zombie outbreak, or something. I'm less enthused that the rest of the film might be about human conflict. One of the more interesting aspects of this world is that the creatures should make human conflict fucking impossible. I'm picturing meeting his character, and as he talks about what happened, his voice fades and cut to that scene. Yeah, and I want it to be like 15 minutes of that 15-20 minutes mid-apocalypse from Emily Blunt's perspective. Then the family in the present leaving the farm and meeting Cillian Murphy. Then 15 more minutes from his perspective. The trailer has more dialogues than the first whole movie. It really cheapens the mood. Can't wait to hear how overrated this sub thinks A Quiet Place 2 is after it drops. Plot holes. After it drops, the trailer was full of plot holes so big you could drive a bus through them. Like, how do the aliens know how to drive buses? And how does a baby know how to drive a suitcase? I'm so tired of the genius baby drives suitcase trope SMH. Pretty much number 4 on tropes.com. First appearance being 1966's Baby. Stop driving this suitcase. Don't get Death Stranding then. Basically Baby Yoda. Yawn. Didn't they just move to the waterfall? Why didn't they though? Also, with being so meticulous you would think they would have noticed a nail pointed upwards right where any normal person would have stepped. Also, how did they build everything quietly? Also, why did Jim leave Pam for Blondie? Where is Dwight? It just doesn't add up. Why wouldn't he choose Blondie? In an alien invasion, who better to have your back than the Full Metal bitch? If I had an award I would give it to you for this comment. But she lost her time travel abilities. Have they hammered down that nail yet? Ah yes, the proverbial nail in a staircase. BTW, why would there be a nail there? Quietly upvotes. Too loud. Where do all these cars that can go really fast in reverse keep coming from? Ryan Gosling tricked them out. I ended up watching A Quiet Place in a theater with a couple of talkers. Since the movie was usually devoid of sound, that made ignoring them very difficult. I ended up just moving to the back, but not before I caught this hilarious exchange. Oh look out, girl. The monster is right behind you. Dear, she can't hear you. She's deaf. Is that Cillian Murphy? Dude can't get away from apocalypses. I don't understand the logic behind this apocalypse. If a car alarm is enough to incapacitate an alien, how did the military not figure that out? Hopefully they come up with a good explanation for how it all went down. Wasn't it like changing the pitch or something? The same way they had electricity. Moved about 6 tons of sand which didn't blow away. Didn't figure out how to close doors, marginally soundproof a house. Figured it was easier to walk barefoot instead of wearing socks or soft shoes. Would not use a distant speaker as a diversion all the time. Didn't go and live near the waterfall. Decided to have a baby 2 months after their toddler was killed, knowing that babies are about the noisiest thing there is. Having the basement computers hooked up with huge ass speakers. Let the 4-year-old child walk last in line unattended. Should I keep going? Please don't turn it into Walking Dead. Please don't turn it into Walking Dead. Ah, that's a nice opening. Damn Peaky Blinder, isn't it? Ah fuck, it's Walking Dead.